standing nice and cosy by the fire and didn't want to leave. It was a very powerful moment for me. I felt I was experiencing a people stepping into a whole new world, a whole new dimension of experience. And I've always thought of myself as a leader, but there I was, holding back, and everyone else was charging for it, going for the surf. And and I don't like the cold either. And then I thought of a phrase from a workshop I did last year, and I had, no one takes any offence at this, but this is what came up for me, and that was, the only failure is the failure to participate. So I thought, well, start taking your shoes off, Michael, and go for it. And I wanted to participate 100%. And with the music and the example that was set by the people, I'd like to acknowledge those people who had the courage to do it so effortlessly, whereas for me it was a case of stepping beyond a limit that I'd placed on myself long enough. And as we were meditating just then, I had the experience, and I remember doing it actually when we were by the lake, of embracing the storm, embracing the tempest, and feeling like I was blending with the water. And I was feeling very comfortable, feeling at home with that storm. And as I was meditating, I was combining the thought of the sunrise, the experience of the sunrise, with that tempest. And just as Saint Germain said, all we have to do is to embrace the storm, and we have the power to still it. Just having the courage to embrace the storm. And it reminds me of a quote from, if you pardon the left brain coming in now, it reminds me of a quote from Martin Buber, who's a Jewish philosopher, who wrote a book called I, Thou, the I, Thou, or myself to God relationship. And in that he counsels a young man, and he says to the young man Daniel, he says, "The kingdom of heaven is the kingdom of danger and risk, of eternal becoming, eternal beginning and eternal becoming, of opened spirit and deep realization, the kingdom of holy insecurity." It ain't a bed of roses, folks. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved. The storm is called our civilization.
Whilst the music was being played, I experienced birth, and I was in my mother's womb, and it was an ideal environment. It was the right temperature, and then I was being squeezed out between her legs into the cold and sort of